Brian Eno invented ambient music. Well, he's widely credited with pioneering ambient music. He produced and collaborated on records with David Bowie, Talking Heads, U2, Coldplay, and long before AI was a word, he was working with generative systems way back in the 1970s. Back when, well, I was still in single digits. So when everyone's panicking about AI destroying creativity and Eno just shrugs and says, I'm not worried about it at all, maybe we should pause and listen. Because Eno understands something we keep forgetting. This isn't the first time we've had this panic, and it will not be the last. The technology changes, the fear doesn't. Eno has been using algorithmic generative systems since the mid-1970s. Not modern AI like ChatGPT, obviously, but generative systems and conceptually similar systems. Algorithms that created music based on rules that he set, then evolved in ways he couldn't predict. Check out discrete music and music for airports, and remember that these were breaking brand new ground in the mid to late 70s. Music made using systems that made compositional decisions for him. And nobody called it cheating. They called it revolutionary. Because Eno didn't use technology to replace its own creativity. He used it to extend it, to explore emotional territories he couldn't reach with his hands alone. So when he sees people melting down about AI music today, his response is basically, welcome to the party. I've been here for 50 years. And here's his point. The tool isn't the threat. The lack of intention is. This is where Eno's perspective matters. He's lived through every "this will kill real music" meltdown of the last half century. Synths were gonna kill musicians, drum machines were gonna kill drummers, samplers were gonna kill composers. Every time, same fear, every time, same result. People adapted, tools evolved, and great artists used them to go somewhere new. Because creativity has never been about the tool. It's about what you're trying to say with it. Take Ren's High Ren, raw, human, painfully honest. You could probably train an AI to recreate the sound, but not the intention, not the lived experience, not the truth behind it. And anyway, Ren already did it. AI can imitate sounds, words, and expressions, but it can't want anything. Even Data wanted to have human emotions, be more human, but that's Star Trek, I'll get diverse. And creativity begins with wanting something, needing to say something that won't let you rest until you've said it. That's what Eno's been demonstrating for 50 years with generative systems. The machine can give you options, but only you can recognize which one works, which one has the soul, which one makes you feel something. Eno's point is simple. AI expands what is possible, but it cannot decide what matters. Most of music making isn't the moment of inspiration. It's the thousands of tiny decisions exploring that space. It is deciding what to leave out. I've recorded musicians who have done take after take after take, and in the end, we turn off 95% and let the performance speak. AI can help with exploration, speed, variations, but it cannot tell you which version has emotional truth, which take makes you feel something, which variation is the one. Only your taste can do that, your lived experience, your intention. And here's where Eno gets really interesting. He's not just defending AI, he's pointing to something deeper. We've confused technical skill with artistic purpose, execution with expression. AI doesn't threaten creativity, it exposes the difference between people who have something to say and people who just have something to show. The tool reveals what was always true. Craft without intention was always empty. AI just makes it obvious. If you're Gen X like me, you've lived through this cycle already. MIDI was going to kill us, home recording was going to cheapen everything, the internet was going to make music worthless, and yet here we are. still making music, still finding audiences, still mattering, still filling arenas to watch The Warning or Youngblood, or come out in all weathers to hear Ren perform with a big push on some street in Brighton in the rain. And even better, Eno's viewpoint is actually freeing. You don't have to choose between new tools and artistic integrity. You just have to remember why you create in the first place. AI can remove barriers, studio costs, technical limitations, the need to hire session musicians when you cannot afford them. But it can't give you a message to say. Only life does that. And if you're midlife, you have decades of experience to draw from. That's not a disadvantage in the AI age. That is your competitive edge. Here's the truth Eno has been pointing to for 50 years. The death of creativity doesn't come from new technology. It comes from losing sight of why we create, of becoming lazy and blaming someone else or the world for not creating the masterpiece that is within you. Bad music existed long before computers. Soulless music existed long before AI. We have had manufactured bands since even before the Monkees hit the TV screen. But honest, intentional, emotionally real music, that survives every technological shift. Because the tool doesn't make it human, you do. Eno used generative systems to make music for airports, one of the most contemplative human albums ever recorded. The tool didn't make it human, his intention did. That's the principle. And it works just as well in 2025 as it did 50 years ago. So here's my question. If Brian Eno, who's been ahead of every music technology curve for 50 years, isn't worried about AI, why are you? No, honestly, I'm asking you what worries you in this subject, because we all need to have a voice and share our hopes and worries. Come on, share with us below. Surely the real question should be, what can we create now that we couldn't create before? How has this new tool empowered me? Not what has it taken from me? Life is about growing as we shed old ideas and stagnations and move forward. The current state of the world is providing plenty of ammunition for artists. So what are you waiting for? What have you got to say? What makes you excited enough or angry enough to create your next piece of art? Drop your honest thoughts below. And if you want more grounded conversations about music and creativity without the panic, hit subscribe, because this conversation is just beginning. Thank you very much, and I'll see you soon.